Bigfoot is here. It's time for action.
Mireya, go ahead. This is Russ.
Russ, there are multiple huge heat signatures directly across from me. Whatever that is, it is walking across the forest.
A shocking footage has just surfaced, and it shows 4 mysterious creatures closing in on Expedition Bigfoot researcher Mireya. What were these creatures, and how did the team just nearly escape death? Let's dive into the details. Ronny and Mireya were on a mission around the mysterious hidden mountain lake. They had been assigned to cover the north and south sides, moving through the thick forest surrounding the lake. The team believed that this lake could be the main water source for some unknown creatures they were trying to find. They planned to scare the creatures out of the forest and drive them toward the lake's edge, where they could be observed more easily. Russell, on the other hand, was closely monitoring the situation. He used an iPad connected to a tethered drone, searching for any signs of movement or heat around the lake. Ronny and Mireya, equipped with thermal imaging, had separated to cover more ground. Each was making their way toward the lake from opposite directions, hoping to flush out the creatures. Signs of recent disturbances. As Mireya carefully navigated the dark and eerie forest, she noticed broken branches and signs of recent disturbances, indicating something large had been there not long ago. The darkness was so intense that she could barely see in front of her. On the other side, Ronny faced similar challenges. The path was littered with broken twigs and debris, making it difficult for him to move quickly without risking injury.
The hardest part is that I can't see even inches in front of me.
Both Ronny and Mireya kept in constant communication with Russell, updating him on their progress as they moved closer to the lake. Suddenly, Mireya froze. A loud, unsettling noise echoed through the woods, stopping her in her tracks. The sound was so alarming that it made her question the safety of the mission, and fear began to creep in. Something was moving toward her, and she could feel the danger closing in. As Mireya moved cautiously through the dark woods, a cracking sound began to draw closer. Sensing something unusual, she stopped to investigate. The noise seemed to be approaching her direction, and she could feel the tension building. But then, something strange happened. The cameraman, who was with her, noticed that the source of the sound wasn't on the ground, but above them. This discovery added an unexpected twist to the expedition, making the situation even more unsettling. Realizing the potential danger, Mireya quickly radioed Russell and Ronny to inform them of what she had just experienced. She explained that she felt something coming toward her, but then, surprisingly, leaves started to fall around her, despite there being no wind. Confused and uneasy, she asked if anyone else had noticed anything unusual. Russell responded that he hadn't seen anything out of the ordinary.
Just keep it on the target. I'm going to do a call in 30 seconds.
I've got it in my sights.
Feeling a deep sense of unease, Mireya considered her next move. Part of her wanted to find answers, so she decided to hold her position, but remained on high alert, ready for anything. Meanwhile, Ronny was making his way slowly toward the lake, careful not to make any sudden movements or sounds. As he moved, he suddenly heard something rustling in the woods, as if it were heading toward the water. Concerned, he radioed Russell to report the noise and asked if anything unusual was showing up on the screen. Russell, now worried, realized that he couldn't see his teammates clearly because the thick forest was shielding them from view. The thought of leaving them unguarded in the dark woods didn't sit well with him, and he started to feel the weight of the situation, not taking any chances. Sensing that Ronny and Mireya might be in danger after both reported hearing strange sounds, Russell quickly made a decision. He instructed Ronny to back away from the lake by at least 200 yards, explaining that his priority was to ensure their safety. Russell was deeply concerned about their well-being, not wanting to risk anything happening to his teammates during this expedition. Ronny received the directive and confirmed that he was moving away from the water as instructed. Meanwhile, Mireya, using her binoculars, spotted something moving in the woods, but she couldn't identify what it was as it didn't show up on her thermal imaging.
Russ, come in. Russell, there is something moving in front of me. I can only describe it like a black silhouette walking past.
This discovery filled her with both fear and excitement. She felt they were getting closer to uncovering something significant, but she was also worried that whatever they found might be dangerous. Mireya quickly radioed Russell to report her findings, describing the figure as a black silhouette moving through the woods. Just like with Ronny, something was there, but it wasn't emitting any heat signature. Russell, now even more concerned, instructed Mireya to also back away from the water and move closer to the tree line. He felt it was too risky for them to remain near the lake, given the unclear and potentially dangerous situation they were facing. Mireya acknowledged the directive and began retreating from the water. Meanwhile, Russell was growing increasingly uneasy, especially since he couldn't see what was happening in the dark forest. As Ronny started moving back, the cracking sound in the woods grew louder. Russell, worried, radioed Ronny to check if he was still hearing the noises. Ronny responded that he was, describing the sound as repetitive and coming from his left. It seemed to him that whatever was making the noise was moving very quietly, as if it was trying to stay hidden. However, Russell had a different idea as he considered the situation. He suspected that whatever creature was making the noises might be tracking Ronny. Concerned for his safety, Russell urged Ronny to get out of the area immediately and move to a safer distance, instructing him to report back once he was in a secure location.
Ronny, I want you at least 200 yards away from that water.
And I want to make sure that you guys are in a safe configuration.
So back away from the water at this point just for a little bit.
Creatures closing in. Mireya was still trying to make sense of the movement she observed through her binoculars. Though the images weren't entirely clear, she couldn't help but exclaim when she realized that the heat signature she saw was enormous, the largest she had ever encountered. As if that wasn't surprising enough, she detected another heat signature nearby, confirming that multiple creatures were moving through the woods just 100 yards away. This discovery brought mixed emotions to the team. On one hand, it was a bittersweet moment. Bitter because they didn't know what these creatures were or if they were in danger by being so close. Sweet because it suggested they were on the brink of an extraordinary find. Mireya quickly radioed Russell to share the news. She described the large heat signatures appearing across from her and expressed excitement at the possibility that there might be more than one creature in the area. This hinted at the existence of an entire population of these mysterious beings, a discovery that could be groundbreaking. Mireya continued to monitor the creatures' movements, noting that they appeared to be moving cautiously through the forest, almost as if they were poking their heads around the trees to observe their surroundings. The situation was growing more intense, and the team knew they were on the edge of something significant. Though the potential danger loomed large, Mireya noticed that the creatures seemed to be looking in her direction. Concerned, she repeated her message to Russell, making sure he fully understood the situation. Russell responded, informing her that she was under the forest canopy, which made it impossible for him to see her from above using the tethered drone.
They both are equipped with thermal imaging to monitor any of the areas I can't see.
Mireya confirmed her earlier report to Russell, revealing that she had detected at least 4 heat signatures. However, she was now worried because 2 of the creatures had disappeared from her view, leaving only 2 in front of her. This disappearance made Mireya uneasy, as it suggested the creatures were intelligent and possibly coordinating their movements. The fact that the creatures likely had excellent night vision added to Mireya's concern, as it meant they could see her and the cameraman, but she couldn't see them. Russell, sensing the danger Mireya might be in, quickly contacted Ronny, updating him on the situation. He expressed his discomfort with Mireya being exposed to such a threat and instructed Ronny to circle back and reach her location immediately. Ronny confirmed he was on the move, but knew he had to be cautious. Despite being on the other side of the lake, it was possible the creatures had seen him and might attempt a sneak attack. Suddenly, Mireya heard a strange noise right in front of her. She gasped and called out for Ronny, hoping he was the one making the noise. As the sound drew closer, she anxiously asked Ronny if he was nearby, but his response sent a chill down her spine. He was still on the other side of the lake, which meant the noise was being made by the creatures, who were slowly advancing toward her. Mireya tried using her binoculars again but couldn't pick up any heat signatures, which made her fear the creatures were smart enough to stay hidden. She began to worry that they had made a mistake earlier when they passed by the fallen logs, suspecting they might have been a warning to stay away. Although she briefly thought Ronny might be playing a joke on her, Russell confirmed that Ronny was still a quarter-mile away, too far to be near her. Russell then instructed Mireya to slowly back away from her current spot, as they had no idea what danger might be ahead. Mireya started to move, but the noise grew louder, approaching her direction. She was visibly worried and asked the cameraman what could be causing such a racket, hoping it was Ronny. The noise was unnerving, and when Mireya called Ronny again, he confirmed he was indeed walking toward her. Safety in numbers. Ronny and Mireya reunited at last, reporting back to Russell that they were together again. Russell was relieved, believing that there was safety in numbers. Ronny and Mireya spoke in hushed tones, aware that they were not alone in the woods. They knew something could be out there with them, and they didn't want to draw attention to themselves. This moment added a lot of excitement for fans of the Expedition Bigfoot series, especially those fascinated by creatures that haven't yet been proven to exist. The idea that there could be multiple unknown creatures living close by thrilled the viewers. It hinted that the team might be on the verge of a major discovery that could challenge what we know about intelligence in different species. However, the thrill of such a discovery came with serious challenges.
Russ, I'm hearing something to my left. I heard it again, and it's moving very quietly. I'm getting the impression that it's trying to stay hidden.
It's possible that whatever it is tracking you, back further out of that area.
Finding a new species, especially one as mysterious and possibly dangerous as Bigfoot, brought up important questions about ethics and safety. Even though the team had some encounters, the true nature of the creature remained unclear. It had only been seen briefly on camera, and never in a way that gave a clear picture. The team's journey continued to be a key part of the show, with Russell leading them through the dangers of their exploration. Their goal was to document everything they found and share it with the world. They were driven by both curiosity and the excitement of the chase. But there was always the question of what they were really after. Were they on the brink of a groundbreaking discovery? Or were they just chasing something that might not even be real? Their dedication was clear, but they had to carefully balance the need to discover with the risk of disturbing something potentially sensitive. The mystery of Bigfoot remained just out of reach, keeping both believers and skeptics engaged. This quest not only stirred excitement among viewers, but also made them think about what it really means to discover something truly unknown. The implications went beyond just the excitement of the hunt. It also raised questions about how humans interact with nature. As Russell's team continued their search, the line between exploring and exploiting nature became less clear, leaving viewers to think about the true cost of such adventures. Skull and bones. In yet another episode of Expedition Bigfoot, the crew came so close to Bigfoot that they were forced to evacuate out of danger. Equipped with the latest tracking gear and audio recorders, their goal was to find any signs of Bigfoot which had avoided them so far. As they went deeper into the forest, it felt more mysterious and dangerous. The dense, shadowy forest was a perfect hiding place for Bigfoot, which is known for staying hidden. The forest was chosen not just for how it looked on screen, but also because it was a realistic place where Bigfoot could live. The environment made everything feel more suspenseful. Every sound and movement was amplified in the quiet forest, making it harder for the team to spot Bigfoot. They had to use their audio recorders and trackers carefully because they couldn't see much through the thick trees and low light. The technology they used was advanced. Trackers and audio recorders are common in wildlife studies, but using them to find Bigfoot was a unique challenge. After days of silence, the equipment finally picked up some disturbances. This was an important moment in the episode, as it moved the search from guessing to possibly confirming Bigfoot's presence. The sudden signals from the equipment added tension, making it seem like Bigfoot was close but still hidden from view. This tension kept both the crew and the viewers on edge. Every snap of a branch or rustle in the leaves made the crew think Bigfoot might be nearby, adding extra pressure to their task. The crew's real reactions, both fear, excitement, were shared with the audience, letting them feel the highs and lows of the adventure from a safe distance. Each signal picked up by the equipment drew viewers deeper into the mystery, setting up for more dramatic discoveries as the expedition went on.
Never seen a heat signature this big. And what's worrying me is I've lost sight of two of them. I've got two in front of me now.
The start of this episode combined technology, psychology, and the forest setting to create a gripping story. The team's journey into the forest set up both the physical and emotional parts of their quest, keeping viewers excited for what would come next. The use of technology, such as thermal imaging drones, led to a breakthrough when the drone detected a humanoid heat signature, possibly Bigfoot. This provided a rare visual confirmation of the creature's presence and sparked further investigation. Team evacuation. The team made a significant discovery: bones and a skull. This finding was crucial as it provided tangible evidence of the creature's existence. The skull was found in a remote area, which helped preserve its condition. It showed a mix of human and ape-like features, suggesting that Bigfoot might be a hybrid species. The human-like traits pointed to a sophisticated brain structure, possibly indicating higher intelligence. The ape-like features suggested adaptations for survival in rugged forest environments. What made this discovery even more significant was the potential for scientific analysis. Unlike footprints or visual recordings, a skull can be examined in detail to learn about the creature's anatomy, diet, and evolutionary history. Scientists could use this data to understand better how Bigfoot fits into the evolutionary tree. The dual nature of the skull's features, both human and ape-like, implied that Bigfoot might have evolved to walk on two legs like humans, but also could move on all fours like apes. This adaptability could explain many of the sightings and evidence collected over the years. Finding such a skull challenges existing theories about human and ape evolution.
You know, more than anything, for the first time, I feel like I'm getting what witnesses describe when they're saying this creature had such a human face, but it wasn't human.
It suggests that there might be undocumented branches of the evolutionary tree. This discovery has the potential to reshape our understanding of human ancestry and the diversity of life on Earth. But finding this evidence also suggested that the team was in the territory of a large and possibly predatory creature. With the presence of gruesome remains and unusually large handprints, there was a heightened risk of encountering a dangerous animal. The team's safety was at stake, especially given the unpredictable and potentially violent nature of Bigfoot. What they needed to do was evacuate the place quickly, and that's exactly what they decided to do. The evacuation showed that their approach to studying Bigfoot was careful and responsible. When dealing with large, potentially dangerous animals in remote areas, it's important to be cautious. Leaving was not a sign of failure, but a smart move to keep the crew safe while protecting their research. This break allowed the team to rethink their plans and prepare better for future trips. They discussed ways to safely trap and study Bigfoot using new technologies. Planning carefully was important for improving safety and making their work more effective. They aimed to minimize risks to both themselves and Bigfoot, showing their commitment to safe research practices. For future expeditions, the team planned to use more advanced tools like drones and thermal cameras. These tools would help them watch and record Bigfoot from a safe distance, making their data collection better and safer. The findings from this expedition are important for learning more about Bigfoot's behavior, habitat, and biology. This could lead to new insights about how Bigfoot survives, moves, and possibly interacts with others of its kind. The methods and tools they discussed could also set new standards for field research in cryptozoology and other areas, helping to study other elusive animals safely. The team and their quest. The team, led by Russell Accord, is composed of experts from various fields. Russell, a military survivalist, ensures the team's safety as they navigate through risky terrain. He is joined by Dr. Mireya, a primatologist with extensive experience studying primates in the wild. Her knowledge is invaluable in identifying behaviors and habitats that could be linked to Bigfoot. Bryce Johnson, an actor with a passion for Bigfoot lore, serves as the team's producer and researcher, digging deep into the history and evidence of Bigfoot sightings. Finally, there's Ronny LeBlanc, a cryptozoologist and author who brings his expertise in tracking and identifying signs of unknown creatures.
A lot of encounters, Bigfoot encounters, have occurred in areas of spiritual significance, like cemeteries or areas that have seen a large amount of death. I really believe that the history of this land is going to be a factor in this expedition.
The show is not just a casual exploration. It's a well-organized expedition where advanced technology plays a crucial role. The team uses thermal imaging, drones, and environmental DNA analysis to search for clues. Every night, they set up camp in some of the most remote and inhospitable areas, hoping to capture a glimpse of Bigfoot on camera. Big finds. One of the most significant breakthroughs in the show's history occurred during an investigation in the Appalachian Highlands of Kentucky. The team came across an enormous tree structure deep in the forest, something that seemed unnatural and potentially made by an intelligent being. Fascinated, they collected soil samples from the base of the structure and sent them for environmental DNA analysis, a technique that allows scientists to identify the species that have come into contact with the soil. When the results came back, the team was astonished. The eDNA analysis revealed the presence of primate DNA, specifically DNA from a species of chimpanzee. This discovery was shocking because chimpanzees are native to Africa, not North America. The findings led to intense speculation that the DNA could belong to an unknown primate species, possibly even Bigfoot. This discovery was monumental because it provided tangible, scientific data that could suggest the existence of a previously undiscovered species in North America. This breakthrough was not without controversy. While the presence of primate DNA in North America is highly unusual, it is not conclusive proof of Bigfoot's existence. However, for the team and many Bigfoot enthusiasts, it was a significant step forward. The discovery added credibility to the idea that Bigfoot could be real, and it fueled the team's determination to continue their search. The search for Bigfoot is, of course, with its challenges. The team must navigate through dangerous environments, often in complete darkness, while trying to gather evidence without disturbing the natural habitat. The ethical implications of their work are also a concern. If Bigfoot does exist, what are the consequences of finding and potentially capturing or disturbing such a creature? The team is aware of these considerations and strives to conduct their investigations responsibly, balancing the thrill of discovery with the need to protect the natural world.